We routinely take dead, raw materials, like a dense block of wood, and carve them into instruments of profound expression, like a lute or reed pen. We possess an incredible ability to shape the physical world. Yet, despite this material power, many of us still experience a persistent sense of hollowness, separated from any ultimate truth or higher purpose. The 11th century Persian philosopher Naser Khusraw addressed this disconnect through a specific framework of the soul. He proposed that human existence is driven by three interlocking forces: the vegetative soul for growth, the sensory soul for feeling, and the rational soul for thought. While humans cannot spark biological life from nothing, Khusraw argued that the rational soul grants us a different kind of dominion. It allows us to take raw, chaotic sounds and organize them into measured, intelligible concepts through language. This mastery of the physical world provides the threshold for self-awareness. It creates the mental space required to recognize our own spiritual poverty. This raises a difficult question. Why does a soul capable of such complex logic still struggle to perceive what Khusraw called the supported soul, or divine truth? Khusraw illustrated the problem through a physical analogy. Imagine a person with weak, infected eyes attempting to stare directly into the brilliant midday sun. The resulting pain isn't caused by a flaw in the sun is simply performing its nature. To experience that light without agony, the individual must first undergo the painstaking process of healing and strengthening their own sight. From this perspective, feeling disconnected from the meaning of life suggests a lack of perceptual preparation. The ultimate truth is present, but our current vision is too fragile to process it. Khusraw reinforces this with a craftsman's logic. A master cannot teach advanced techniques to a student who arrives in the workshop without the basic hand tools of the trade. He argues that foundational learning, logic, mathematics, and the sciences, functions as these necessary tools. A scribe must sit down and carve a common reed into a precise pen before they can produce a manuscript of immense value. Neglecting these foundational disciplines leads to a stalled intellect. One must take the time to carve the pen before attempting the masterpiece. We find this imagery of the prepared reed echoed in the work of Rumi. His metaphor of the hollowed, singing flute relies on the same premise. The raw material must be meticulously prepared by human hands before it can carry a divine melody. This focus on the supremacy of the rational mind has deep roots in Greek philosophy. Aristotle's own three-part soul provided the early blueprint for how Khusraw and his contemporaries categorized human life. Khusraw's weak eye analogy also aligns with Plato's allegory of the cave, where the prisoner escaping the darkness must allow their eyes to slowly adjust to the brilliance of the outside world. Even modern thinkers like Martin Heidegger explored how our structural tools, specifically our language, limit or expand our capacity to engage with reality. If you're finding these philosophical connections valuable, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Your support helps us continue these deep dives. Similarly, the Confucian tradition emphasizes that exemplary character isn't a sudden gift. It is built through the humble, repetitive tools of ritual and study. These diverse schools of thought point to a shared understanding that profound insight requires a prepared mind. It is the hard-earned result of internal craftsmanship. Applying Khusraw's lens to the present reveals a jarring contrast. His philosophy of deliberate preparation is the antithesis of our current landscape, where a constant stream of uncurated data often overwhelms the rational mind. Our modern anxiety mirrors the plight of the person with weak eyes. We are trying to process the blinding intensity of global information with faculties that have not been conditioned for the task. This suggests a need to shift focus. Rather than blaming the world for its noise, we can choose to strengthen the intellect through patient, foundational learning. Mundane daily routines and elementary studies are the humble tools required to eventually reach the most sophisticated levels of thought. Khusraw's work challenges us to take responsibility for our rational soul, to use our capacity for logic to organize the chaos of our lives into something coherent. The ultimate truth of the universe is always present, shining steadily. Our task is to ensure that when that light hits, our minds are prepared to receive it.